Hey guys, it's Crazy Comic Lady here, and it's question 9 of the Disney Drawing Challenge, which was to draw any Disney princess as a badass. And this was actually one of Sam's questions, and this question actually nearly made it into the challenge last year. But last year we also had a question that said draw any hero in the colour scheme of the corresponding villain, and I kind of thought perhaps the two questions were pretty similar. So yeah, we decided not to put it in last year's challenge, so we decided to put it on this year's challenge. And I had so many ideas for this picture, just with what characters to use. So originally I was thinking I could do Ariel with like a short spiky haircut and give her Ursula's kind of seashell necklace and give her like piercings and tattoos and a bike jacket. And then I thought, well, since I want to do some like push myself and do like challenging things with this challenge, I thought I'll do a character on a motorbike, and my first thought was maybe to do Meg from Hercules on a motorbike, but she's sort of not really a princess, so I was kind of like maybe not. And then I kind of thought, well, I'll do Esmeralda, because in my book she's kind of a princess because she's a gypsy princess, and I really love Esmeralda. Like, I get annoyed that the Hunchback of Notre Dame doesn't get the kind of attention that it deserves. It's kind of a really overlooked, forgotten Disney movie now because they don't do any merchandise for it or any toys, and I think that's a real shame because when I was a kid I actually kind of related to that movie quite a lot because Quasimodo has disabilities, and I was kind of born with disabilities with my ankles. The bones in my ankles, they partially fused together when I was a child, so I've always had trouble with walking and running and interacting, you know, the way kids should do at school. You should be able to run around and play tag and do all that stuff, and I never could. So I kind of related to Quasimodo a bit because of feeling isolated and getting picked on because you can't do stuff that other people could do. So I really kind of related to his character. And I spent a lot of time when I was a kid as well wondering, would it actually be better to have a disability that people can see or a disability that you can hide away? Because the problems I had as a kid with the fact that I couldn't walk and my feet kind of weren't developed was the fact that I looked on the outside, I looked normal. So people treated me like I was normal and never made any allowances for the fact that there were things that I couldn't do. So when I was at school, there was also a girl who was a couple years below me, and she actually was missing a leg. So during assemblies, all the other kids sat on the floor, and when they were putting out like the chairs for the teachers and the choir and stuff, they'd always put out a chair for her, for the girl who unfortunately didn't have a leg, but they never put out a chair for me, and I'd always have to go and get my own chair and put it next to this girl. I think her name was Hannah. I can't really remember now though. It was quite a long time ago. But that, I don't know, just as a kid when I was like, I think this was the age of like 6 to 7 to like 10 or something, it kind of just really, I don't know, it upset me, the fact that even though I had the same problems with walking and I couldn't sit on the ground, on a hard ground, because it hurt my feet and my ankles too much to sit in that position, so I had to sit on a chair. But it's kind of like half the time people thought that I was lying and making it up because they couldn't see that there was a disability there. So anyway, I spent a lot of time in my youth wondering, would it actually be better to have an issue that people could then see, so at least then people would make considerations for you, because when people can't see there's something wrong with you, you get treated like you're normal, and in reality you're actually struggling twice as hard to do something and never getting any recognition for just how difficult it is to do stuff that other people take for granted. So anyway, that was just kind of my thoughts and my feelings towards the Hunchback of Notre Dame, and why I really feel that it's a cartoon that should get more attention than it has done, because it touched on some real serious issues that I think really should be addressed more in cartoons, so that just because you've got a disability you shouldn't be picked on and bullied like the way I was. I don't know, touchy subject, but I really feel like there should be more more cartoons that deal with disability on a whole, and there should be more tolerance for it. And so that's why I really love Hunchback of Notre Dame, because he had some serious struggles, and I think people who do have health issues can relate to Quasimodo. And I think Esmeralda was such a good character because she accepted him for who he was as a person, and that's such a rare thing a lot of the time, because I mean, in my experiences, a lot of the time when you do have issues, people don't like to adjust the way they do stuff just to accommodate you, so you always have to kind of adjust yourself to fit in with other people. And I don't know, I think it would be really nice if there was more understanding and compassion out there. So Esmeralda, I think, is a wonderful character, and I also, because she's such a strong personality as well, she has such a strong character to her, I thought she'd make quite a good badass for this picture as well. And I kind of wanted to try doing a motorbike because vehicles are not my strong suit, as in they're so technical that I just go, I don't want to draw it because it's hard. So that's why I really wanted to put a motorbike in this picture, and I don't think I've ever drawn a motorbike before, so it was kind of, I don't know, a challenge and different. And I actually quite like the finished product, the way it came out, because I was really worried when I was doing it as well that it was just going to be a disaster, but I kind of like the shininess of the metal and the way it looks. My mother did comment about the fact that she thought the front tyre looked too small for the bike, so yeah, I'm not entirely sure how it's kind of connected, or if like the kind of hubcap, there's that, no, the mudguardy thing, I'm not sure how that should be kind of attached to the bike, or is it just attached to the wheel? I'm not entirely sure, because the picture I was using wasn't exactly clear because it was kind of so black, so it's kind of a bit of, I don't know, whatever. I don't know, I did my best with a vehicle. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Go check out SamBeAwesome and BerryZem, who put together the challenge with me, and I'll see you guys all soon. Bye!